Okay, here's the solution to number 65. On number 65, since I have a sine of x over 2 and a cosine of x, this one's kind of tough. But if you look at page 384 in your book, it kind of explains that the cosine of x could be written as the cosine of 2 times x over 2. And so we're going to do that to change it to a half angle or a double angle identity, a double angle there. So the sine of x over 2 plus the cosine of 2x over 2 like this equals 0. Now I have an identity on my paper that says that the cosine of 2u is equal to 1 minus 2 sine squared u. So instead of using u, I'm going to use x over 2, so it'll look like this. The sine of x over 2 plus 1 minus 2 sine squared of x over 2 equals 0. Now I'm going to just write this in an order that kind of makes sense. Alright, since my sine squared is negative, I'm going to divide everything by negative 1, and I'm going to write the sine squared first, so it's 2 sine squared of x over 2 minus sine of x over 2, and then minus 1 equals 0. Now I'm going to have to factor this. And this kind of factors like 2x squared minus x minus 1, so it'd be 2x, x, and 1 goes here, and it's going to have to be a negative 1 and a positive 1 in that situation. So that's how it factors. So instead of saying 2x plus 1, it's going to be 2 sine x over 2 plus 1 times sine of x over 2 minus 1 equals 0. You set those equal to 0 and solve, and so the sine of x over 2 is positive 1, because I added 1. On this side, I'm going to subtract 1 and divide by 2, so the sine of x over 2 equals negative 1/2. And I have that. Okay? Now I have to go through and find the solutions. So where is the sine of x equal to 1? Well, based upon the previous information, sine is y. That's 0, 1 there, so the answer is pi. And then over here, where I have the sine of, sorry, I got that wrong. Sine is y, that is y, so that's pi over 2. And so now I say x over 2 equals pi over 2. Multiply both sides by 2. 2's cancel. X equals pi is 1 answer. On the other side, I have negative 1/2. So I'm going to draw a little triangle like we've been working on. Okay, so x is here, opposite 1, hypotenuse 2. That makes it a pi over 6 angle. However, since negative 1/2 for sine is in quadrant 3 and 4, for the third quadrant, pi over 6 is a, what did I do wrong? Nothing. Pi over 6 is 7 pi over 6. And then in the fourth quadrant, pi over 6 would be 11 pi over 6. But again, because it's a half angle, x over 2, it's x over 2 equals x over 2 equals. So when I multiply both sides by 2, x equals 14 pi over 6. Lowest terms is going to be 7 pi over 3. Then on this one, multiply both sides by 2, x equals 22 pi over 6. Lowest term is going to be 11 pi over 3. Now our original problem though says to go from 0 to 2 pi. If I take 7 divided by 3, it's 2.3, so that one's too big. If I take 11 divided by 3, it's 3.3, that one's too big. And the only correct response to this problem is pi. Yes, that one was hard. Hopefully you can follow the logic behind it.